Yoga Nidra, also called Yoga Sleep, is a popular deep relaxation practice which introduces us into a deep sense of rest. It is a technique in which the distraction of the brain are silenced and the mind is allowed to relax. Yoga Nidra is practiced in a lying position, giving the appearance of sleep, whilst one's consciousness is actually functioning at a deeper level of awareness. You are transported to a state between wakefulness and sleeping, and the aim is to stay in this zone during the entire length of the practice. To help you stay in a zone, Yoga Nidra is a systematic method with clearly laid out different stages which guide you in a complete relaxation. Staying awake is not always easy because the body has the bad habit of enjoying drifting off into the sleeping zone. And to help you to stay in a relaxed but conscious state, you will focus on the voice of your teacher, which will help you gradually through Yoga Nidra without dozing off. So, how to prepare for Yoga Nidra? Practice with an audio at home or with a teacher during a class. It's very challenging to practice Yoga Nidra without external instruction, if not impossible. It will take away the experience of being able to fully relax during the practice. The duration of each Yoga Nidra varies between 15 and 30 minutes depending on the general level of the student in a class. To get the full effects of Yoga Nidra, I recommend a regular practice of 2 to 3 times a week, if you can. Later on, you can increase how many times and how long you can practice. Before the practice of Yoga Nidra, make sure that you haven't had a heavy meal or drank alcohol or taken any sleeping medication. Practice Yoga Nidra in a room away from your TV, computer, tablet, telephone, work, family. You don't have to be in a room which is completely quiet. Sometimes it is difficult if you live in a city anyway. Find somewhere where you feel peaceful and tranquil, where you will be undisturbed. Don't practice Yoga Nidra on a bed. It's too comfortable and your body and mind will be too tempted to drift into sleeping. Use the floor on a mat or on a blanket. You can place a pillow at the back of your head and a bolster underneath your knee, especially if you have back problems. You can also use an unscented eye pillow or anything to cover your eyes, but it is optional. Dress in loose cotton clothing and avoid jewelry, glasses, accessories, or perfumes. And if it is the winter time, or if you are in a room with draft, use a blanket to cover yourself. But make sure that you keep your feet and hands outside of the blanket. This is another way to keep the body awake. When you're ready, when you're prepared to practice Yoga Nidra, then there's different stages. So what are the different stages through Yoga Nidra? The first one is internalization or relaxation, and we are using yoga pose called Shavasana or corpse pose with body scan meditation. It's when we take the body and the mind to a place of complete surrender and a state of letting go. Then we move to the breath awareness. When we take the mind to observe the breath in different parts of the body, it is the first step towards the concentration. The next stage is pratyahara, or the first state of meditation, to move away and to free the mind from the influence of our senses. The next stage is sankalpa. Sankalpa is a private resolve, a resolution. It is a goal used to affirm, to confirm, and to give a meaning to our life with a simple and short statement that you will repeat 3 times in your mind, like a seed that we plant in a consciousness. Then we move to the body rotation, or also called a rotation of consciousness, a deep awareness and concentration exercise using the mind following different parts of the body, named by the teacher. It is a sensory stimulation using the internal stimulus of our brain. pranayama or breathing exercises, in addition to the concentration of the mind using the natural breath pattern. Visualization with different techniques, like working with feelings and emotions using opposites, like hot and cold or heavy and light. Also visualization technique or archetypal images or symbols. Then we move again with Sankalpa. It will be repeated at this stage to work deeper in the subconscious. It's a little bit like watering the seed that you planted in your consciousness earlier in the practice. And finally, we will be moving towards externalization, a very careful and gradual return to an awakened state and a return to the full awareness. This practice has had a profound transformative effect on those who's using it. And the benefits are numerous. Minimize and counteracts stress, anxiety and depression, trains and relaxes the mind, clears up the unconscious and awakens creativity, enhances memories and learning capacities, manages psychological and sleep disorders. But it also helps to prepare you for more advanced meditation and mindfulness techniques. It's also simply perfect just to have a break from it all and making a little time to yourself for a change. How to move into Yoga Nidra? But you can start your journey with Yoga Nidra by practicing with my audio Shavasana first to get used to the state of relaxation and stillness for a few weeks. Get used to the relaxation and that stillness for a few weeks. Then move on to Yoga Nidra beginner for beginners recording and stay with it for 2 to 3 months. Sometime during your practice, there might be some moments more difficult than others. It happens. And keep at it and don't despair. Just reduce your practice back to once or twice per week or stop completely for a short time. But don't leave it too long. The longer you leave it, the harder it will be to come back to it. And sometimes practicing with a friend or a group might help. It's a great way to exchange the experience felt during the practice with others. But don't forget, your Sankalpa is a private and secret, so don't share it with anyone, even to your teacher. I hope that you will enjoy this incredible way to relax, to rejuvenate, and to pamper yourself as much as I enjoy it during teaching it during my mindful and hatha yoga classes. I really do see the results and the progress with my regular students and friends and family. And Yoga Nidra is powerful and truly effective. It is a safe way to enhance and support the quality of our living. Thank you very much for listening and enjoy your Yoga Nidra. Homes to you all.